was a little boy, my heroes were my father, one, my uncle. I love the discipline and focus that they had in their life. Growing up in the streets and growing up in the ghetto, I knew that if I didn't have the discipline, I would not be where I am today. I knew I would probably get in trouble. And, you know, just seeing my father work for everything that he worked for and having 15 kids and never giving up on us, that showed me that he had discipline. And then watching Bruce Lee on the Green Hornet, seeing the discipline and focus that he had with his body, I said, man, that's something that I wanted to have. And I know growing up as a kid, having a learning disorder and knowing having something to help me deal with that learning disorder was karate. And when I got involved with the karate program, that showed me that I needed discipline to be able to get through it. When I first got involved with karate, I went to my karate instructor and I said, hey, I would like to take karate from you. He says, well, I'll bet you $5 you won't stick it out. And to me, that's always been a downfall in my life. People would always say that you won't be able to last through this, you won't be able to last through that. So it was a challenge for me. So I got involved with the karate class. And after I got involved with the karate class, you know, I liked the discipline. I liked the way my body felt. I liked what happened to me after I finished the class. And then my instructor came to me and said, listen, I don't have time to give you private lessons, but if you really truly want to study karate, I want you to go in the back of the class and I want you to follow along with the class. And I said, you know what, this is something I always wanted to be able to do. It was a dream. And I said, I'll do that. So every day, I would go to karate 3 days a week, and then all of a sudden, something clicked. And I saw it. I saw what I needed to do to help myself. And when I saw that, I went, man, if I can get one improvement, and my instructor I got him to say something, Billy, you changed. I can see that you're getting better at what you do. So then he invited me into the class, and then that made me feel like, you know what, I can achieve. And when I saw out of my own eyes that I could achieve, that gave me power. And then from that day forth, I knew that I didn't need anybody to tell me that I could be successful. All I needed to do was put forth the will, the work to want to make a change. And that's what I did in my life. That's what I'm doing today. One day, my instructor had a martial arts tournament. And when he had the tournament, he invited all these people from all over the United States to come in. We had probably 400 or 500 competitors come from all over the United States. And that was going to be a day that I didn't know this was going to happen. He gave me my first degree black belt. And you know what? I didn't have to take an examination. He just said, you know, I've been watching you for the time that you've been studying. I like your discipline. I like the honor that you have, the respect. So I'm going to promote you to first degree black belt. And that was an awesome time. I'm telling you, it was September 1st on my birthday. So I got to remember that. And it was a day that changed my life, man.
Jab, go. Jab. Remember, twist those hips.
I became national champion in 1975, and I was like feeling good because I had won a title that nobody ever won. No American ever won this title. So I got home. I said, now I really, really want to train because I'm the national champion. And I had the opportunity to go make the United States karate team. So what I did is my wife had came home with the Rocky theme song. And when she came up with that Rocky theme song, I took the Rocky music and I went downstairs in my basement and put it on the stereo. And I started moving to the music. And I tell you, within 2 to 3 minutes, I was cardiovascular tired. And I was like, man, I'm national champion. I can't last 3 minutes. Well, doing martial arts fighting, I felt like I was one of the best conditioned martial art people in the world. I could do push-ups, I could kick 100, 2,000 times, and that didn't bother me. But when I put all of it to a routine and started moving like a dance to cardio, to the music, then I saw that I was not in good cardio shape. So what I did is I started creating. As I was creating this movement, a dance instructor came to me and said, Billy, how would you like to dance in the Nutcracker? And I went, hold on, what do you mean? I don't know how to do any ballet. And she said, Billy, I could teach you ballet. If you're willing to, you know, come forth and play the Russian dance in the Nutcracker suite, I would teach you how to do that. And I said, okay, I'll take it on. It taught me how to count music. And then I really got my head together and I said, you know what I want to do is I want to create this system that what I call a supplement for a martial art person. It's like a vitamin to help charge up a martial art person so he can be in better cardio shape. So I started putting all this stuff together. Punches, kicks, push-ups, sit-ups, calisthenics. I started combining it together to music. And with the Rocky theme song, it helped me create what we call today Tae Bo.
Ultimate Tae Bo, go.
My wife said to me, Billy, you know what? This will be a good thing to teach women. You know how women wanted to learn self-defense? And I said, yeah. You know, it was always been a goal in mind to be able to teach my sisters how to protect themselves. So she said, Billy, you should teach women how to do this karate thing to music. I said, you think women would like this? She said, yeah, women would like it. I think you need to go out and do it. So one day, I went down to her hair salon, and I would talk to these women, and I said, hey, I got this new exercise, I'd like to be able to teach you guys how to do it to the music, karate to the music. And they said, okay. So they came upstairs. My karate studio was on the 3rd floor, and the hair salon was on the 1st floor. So they came upstairs on a Monday night. So I lined them up, and I showed them all the stuff, basic stuff first. Then I put the music on, and we worked out to the music, and they loved it. They started going, Billy, this is good. You need to teach this. So they asked if I would teach a couple days a week, and I started teaching a couple days a week. And that's where Tae Bo first got his birth.
Work it. 4. Work it. Work it. Work it. Go. 1. Work it. Come on.
When I first came to Los Angeles, I was looking for a karate studio for me and my daughters and my son to practice karate. And then, you know, we couldn't find really the quality of instructions that I wanted them to take and myself to take. So what I did is I remodeled my garage into a little private karate studio. And at the same time I was doing that, I was also doing bodyguard work for some celebrities. And this one celebrity, her name was Catherine Bach. She played Daisy Duke, and she asked me if I would travel to the Philippines with her for a couple of weeks. And then while I was there, I said, hey, I got this new exercise I'd like to show you. And she said, what is it? I said, it's called aerobics and Tae Bo. She says, show me. So I started showing her how to do it, and she loved it because it started getting her legs back in shape. And she was noted for her hot pants and her legs and showing her legs. So she saw what Tae Bo could help her do. And then she said, Billy, you know what? You should really go back to California and open up a studio. So I talked to my wife, and what we did is we got in our car and we went down to Sherman Oaks, California, and we found this building on Beverly Glen, way in the back, and everybody kept saying, don't open up there, it's not gonna work. I said, well, you know, this is all we could afford at the time. So we went back there and we opened up this studio, and I tell you, about the first 6 months, my only clients were my daughter, my wife, and a couple other people that came into the studio, you know. And so we just kept practicing, you know, karate, and I would teach them a little bit of Tae Bo. And then one day I saw this lady get out of the car, and she had a baseball hat on. I said, that looks like Paula Abdul. She's going to my karate studio. I said, wonder why she's going into the studio. So I didn't know that we were teaching her nephew karate. And then when I walked into my office, I said to my wife, I said, hey, Paula Abdul's standing out there. And before I could even say that, Shelly went, oh, there's Paula Abdul. You know, she was like, she was standing in the studio, and then it was cute. And then what I did is I walked out, I said, hey, I'm gonna go out and ask her if I could show her this new exercise that I have. So I went out, and I said, Paula, I got this new exercise called Tae Bo. I believe Tae Bo will help you slim your legs down, get you in good cardio shape. She said, Billy, you know what? Let's try it. I said, okay. So I started teaching her 2 days a week, and she really loved what it did for her body. And the next thing you know, she went out and she started talking to people. Hey, go see Billy Blanks. He can really help you out. And because this new Tae Bo thing that he's doing will help you get in shape. And that's how we got it there in California.
1, go. Work it. Come on. Work it. Work it.
When I was creating Tae Bo, it was always been a goal of mine to be able to one day be able to help people. At that time, women needed a form of self-defense. They needed to be able to have an identity to where they can have a protection tool. And I know women like to work out, and when I went out and I showed people how to do it, I could see in their eyes that it was something that would help people all over the world. And you know, I started giving it a name. T stands for total, A stands for awareness, E stands for excellent, B stands for body, O stands for obedient. So I said we take all that and combine it together, I come up with a good form of exercise, which is called Tae Bo. And I saw in my studio in Sherman Oaks, California, you know, it went from me working with celebrities, then housewives started to come in. And Judy Bloor came in, she started, you know, I showed her how to do it, and she said, man, this is fun. And then the next thing you know, it went from 5, 6 people to the gym to 30 people to the gym. And then months later, it was jam-packed. We couldn't even get people in the door. And then a year later, it just turned into people lining up around the block to get into the studio. And then one day, you know, I was hoping that when I get the opportunity to put this on video. And I was sitting there teaching, and a gentleman came in, he sat down, he watched the class, and he said, hey, can you capture the same spirit you have in this room on videotape? And I said, yeah, I believe so. All I need is an opportunity. He said, you know what? I'm gonna give you an opportunity. And my thing is I wanted to be able to see the rough copy of the tapes and see if I was talking to the hearts of people without seeing the music or anything with it. And you know what? It just became boom, a bomb, like it's exploded, you know, and who would ever think that something would explode like that fast in your life? Well, I never thought it would be that big, because who can think, you know, I mean, I always have big dreams, but who would ever think I'd be going around to all over the world teaching people how to do Tae Bo? To me, it's truly a blessing. I don't take that for granted. I don't take it for granted.
Come on, dig deep. Dig deep. Go.
a person comes up to me in airports, that people come to me all over the world and they say, Billy, thank you for helping my grandmother get up off the couch and my mother. And I just go, wow, you know, it's truly a blessing to be able to do that. And to me, that's excitement. That's what makes me every day want to be creative with Tae Bo, because I want to help people, because I really believe in my heart there's people out there that really want to help themselves, but they don't know how to do it. And I believe because God has given me an opportunity to be able to reach out and talk to people and show them what Tae Bo, give them Tae Bo as a tool. People have been able to do that, and they see the results of it, and it speaks for itself, you know. That's really an awesome feeling. I had a chance to do some martial arts movies, some action films, and that's always been a dream of mine, is to follow in Bruce Lee's steps as a martial artist. And I went to the Philippines with Catherine Bach, and while I was there, this producer came to me and said, aren't you Billy Blanks, the karate guy? I said, yeah, well, we're doing a martial arts movie. Would you like to be one of the fighting champions in the movie? And I said, yeah, I would love to do that. That was a dream of mine to be able to do that. So I took that part and did a good job there. When I came back home, a gentleman came to me and said, hey, you want to be in a movie with Sylvester Stallone? I said, oh, that'd be even more awesome, right? So I was in Tango and Cash. It wasn't a big part, but I played a prisoner in the movie. And it was just awesome because it built up my relationship with the people in the industry. And people say, you know, Billy Blanks is a nice guy. We can work with him. Let's use him in this part. And then one day, this guy from Thailand asked me if I want to play a star part in a movie called King of the Kickboxer. And I always wanted to go to the Orient. That was my first time going to the Orient, getting a chance to really see, you know, where martial arts came from. I mean, that was like amazing. And then from that point on, you know, I was fulfilling all the dreams that I ever asked for. You know, I told one day, I was telling my friends, I said, hey, one day I'm gonna be in the movies like Bruce Lee. And they go, no, you're not. I said, watch and see. And then we had a big premiere in my hometown. And I had all my friends, you know, sit up front with me. I was hitting one friend on the elbow. I said, hey, remember? I said, one day, look. We all started laughing, you know. And I said, see, I told you one day, look, I'm up there in the movie screen and I'm making a movie. Man, and what can you say is a blessing to be able to speak forth those things and you do what you say you're going to do and to see them come to pass. It's awesome. Count it. With Tae Bo, because I do it all the time, I want to change it because people change every day. I want to do something that's going to really amplify Tae Bo. So I said, if I come up with this amplified workout, this bar that can help people tie in their core together and get them to move, it'll be easier for them to pick things up. It's about amping up your intensity in your workout. It's about taking the Tae Bo from the past, taking the boot camp from the past, and taking everything, combining it together and amping it up. And that's what Tae Bo Amped is. The biggest surprise to me about Tae Bo Amped is how it was easier for me to teach people. No matter where I go, I take that bar and I put it in people's hands and they start moving. Automatically, the punches will line up correctly without me telling them, okay, drop your elbow, put your shoulder like this. So what I'm doing with Tae Bo Amped is I'm getting people to think of themselves as a rocket, getting ready to go through orbit. In order for them to do that, they need that extra boost. In the middle of the cardio workout, I'll say, amp it up. And amp it up means explode, exert yourself. And as you exert, you burn fat. And that's what Tae Bo Amped is all about. It's about exploding.
Everybody amp, go. Count it.
If I can say to anybody out there that's listening in right now, I would tell them, listen, you can get anything that you want to get in life. It's going to take work. It's going to take effort. And now, I'm not saying that you can achieve the dreams that I set forth to do, but the dreams that you set forth to do, if you put forth the right effort, you can get it. And how do you get it? By speaking the right things out your mouth and knowing that if you speak the right things and you put forth the action of what you're speaking, they'll show up one day. And just remember, we all have that inside of us. We all have a dream inside of us. We can't let anybody snatch that away from us. And I truly believe if people can reach inside their heart and know that they can do what they want to do, they can do it. Because I'm an example. I'm just like you.